Hello. So for this practice, we're going to be opening up and just creating some space in that front of the hip. So going from this hinging all the time to a little bit of gentle extension. So if you can grab some old textbooks or some blocks. Um, I know that a lot of people are at home right now and they may not have these blocks and tools and things. So there's always something you can find at home. So I use my books. And so this also allowed you to find maybe a proper height in between um, what a block would be. And also I like the solid hardback book. It helps you to feel and have some sensation in the sacrum and the hips a little bit more. So we're going to start on our back, obviously. I'm here on my back. And you're going to try to slide those books or whatever you got underneath your hips. I'm going to move this out of the way. So my hips are relaxed onto the books. Let's make sure my feet are about hip width apart. My toes are facing forward. My knees are up to the sky. And even this, just letting everything relax. I want you to take your hands and place them at the bottom of your ribs. So the fingers are just above that belly button in that empty space between the bottom ribs. And the heel of my hand is the outside of my ribs. I want you to breathe not only into the fingertips, down into the fingertips, out into the heel of your hand. Through the nose. Exhale gently out the mouth. And gently compressing the abs underneath the hand, away from the hand. Right, you can keep the hand in that same place. Inhale. Fill into the hand. Exhale. Gently contract away from the hand. One more. Inhale. And exhale. One more. Inhale through the nose and exhale out the mouth. Notice what's helping you to exhale. Inhale and just relax. You can walk the feet out a little bit more and knock your knees together. Maybe they don't fit together. Maybe they're just stuck there. That's fine. Wherever they are, see if you can get the feet wider so they can just relax to wherever they want to go. And let's take the hands a little bit lower to that pelvic space. So the outer edge of my hands are kind of on the edge of my hip bones. And my fingertips are just above my pelvic bone. My thumbs will be crossed. So I'm kind of making this triangle over my sacral area. Now I want you to inhale. Can you inhale into your fingertips and then into the heel of your hands? And exhale out the mouth. Compress away from the hands. So same thing we were doing in the ribs. Let's do this in the lower space. Inhale, fill the hands. Through the nose, fingertips to the heels. Exhale out the mouth. Now walk the feet in so the feet are hip width apart. Inhale. Exhale. Lightly press into the feet. I'm not lifting up my hips, but I'm going to squeeze my glutes. I'm pressing my feet into the floor. I'm not lifting them up. I'm sorry. Rephrase. I want you to press your feet into the floor. Exhale, gently squeeze your glutes. Inhale, release. So as we're using the same pattern of breath, exhale to contract, inhale to relax, but in different parts of the body. Same principal pattern, different parts of the body. Remember that. So take an inhale into the belly, that pelvic space. Exhale out the mouth. Press the abs and the glutes. My abs press down and both of my glutes engage. Hold. Inhale, release. And slowly release the glutes. Notice if they release in parts. Keep going on your own. You're exhaling for about 4, maybe 5 seconds. 3 to 5 seconds. Hold out for a moment. Press the feet into the floor like you're about to lift up your hips. And then inhale, slowly release, and then expand the belly. So this is about the timing. Keep going. Exhale, connecting the abs and the glutes. This is what sets my pelvis, my glute engagement and my lower ab compression, my rib compression with my exhale. Inhale, release. And notice if you can gradually release the glutes with the breath. Kind of work on that timing. One more. Inhale and exhale. You'll feel over time your pelvis actually tilts because as a result of the compression of the abs and glutes. Inhale, release. And exhale, relax. Now let's take the hands down by the side. Inhale, press into your feet, lift your hips. You can just hover them above the books and squeeze the glutes. Hold here, press the shoulders down the back. You can make fists into the ground so the thumbs are up. And the arms a little bit away from my sides. Like I'm spreading out my cape. Good. Squeeze those glutes. Now try to pull those heels in towards you. Feel the hamstrings engage. Exhale. Abs and ribs engage. Squeeze the glutes. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2. Slowly lower down. Now we're going to extend this right leg. Nice and easy. And we're going to get into this extension. Now what may have happened when you extended is you felt your back do this. So let's bring that foot in a little bit more and let the back settle. So what I want to be able to do is bring my leg out without my hips moving. So we're going to practice that. So inhale, exhale at the mouth. Abs engage as you walk that foot out. If you keep your abs and glutes slightly engaged, the hips will stay as the leg extends. And we'll release that hip in the front there. That's so that the hips aren't moving with the legs. They can move independently of each other. So slide it in and then slide it back out. And see each time if you can get a little bit less movement in the hips. Allowing that leg to move, ball in the socket, move into the hips, through the hips nice and easy. And I want to lightly press into that left leg, ground myself with that left. Now lift that left knee up and keep the leg bent. Again, keeping the hips where they are. Again, slowly lower that foot down and extend the leg. Now pause here and just shake the foot like you're waving hello, just nice and easy. A little internal, external rotation. And you can open up the inner thigh. Let that foot drop to the side and breathe into that pelvic space. Inhale through the nose, down into the sit bones. Exhale out the nose. Just relax here for a moment. Inhale and exhale. And bring that toes back up to the sky. Squeeze that whole right leg and toes towards your shin. Exhale. Squeeze your abs and your glutes. Lightly. Maybe not fully, but lightly. And try to lift that leg up. And then you can bend that knee in toward your chest. Straighten that leg as you bring it down to the ground. Maybe you don't need to straighten it all the way. But you're doing some leg lifts, having the hands over the hips so you can keep the hips nice and still. Good, and then put that foot down. Exhale, fists, thumbs up, and lift those hips up to the sky. Hold here. Press through the full foot, big toe. Pull the heels in towards you. Feel your hamstrings. And try to squeeze even more glutes than you've squeezed before, than you've ever squeezed before. Press to the outer edge of your foot, so separate your knees, and then try to bring your knees together. Bring the knees out. It can be a small movement. It can be small. Doesn't matter how big or small it is. Just feeling the movement. Keeping the glutes engaged. Slowly lower down. And let's extend that left leg. extend it out. Let's breathe into that pelvic area. Inhale. Exhale out the mouth. And then those pee and poo muscles, didn't mention those before. Can you lift those up? My core has a base like a soda can. That base are those muscles that I use to stop my pee and my poo, my bowel movements, my movements down there, my weight secretion organs. Inhale, exhale. Pull the base of the core up and squeeze those glutes and engage through the whole left leg. Reach that toe towards your shin. Exhale, abs down to anchor the core, and then you can lift up. And then bend that knee in and bring it back. We're going to slide first. That's what we did on the other side. I'm getting ahead of myself. Slide it in and then slide it out. If you have like a slider, or if you're on a carpet, or even have a sock on, that's going to slide easier than my foot on this mat is right now. But slide it in. The point is keeping the hands over the hips, starting to pay attention to the fine-tuned movements of how my leg connects to my core. My hips should be still. And if they're not, notice how much movement happens. How soon does your lower back move as you extend your leg out? Find that point where, okay, I can bring my leg out this far, and then anytime I pass anywhere past this, my hips start to move. And just taking notes of those end ranges, your leg being able to move independently of your hips. This is very important for low back health, for spine health, for organ health, nervous system health, all these spaces, especially when we're sitting so much. Relaxing the nervous system. Let that foot drop to the side, slightly pressing into that right foot, and just breathing into the pelvis, into the hips. And rotate those toes up to the sky. Squeeze the quad, toes towards your shin. Exhale, abs engage, and then you lift up. The exhale initiates the anchor of the core. Let's bring the knee up, knee over the hip, even if it has to be very bent, totally okay. And extend it out as much as you can. And bring it up over the hip. Again, my exhale is my anchor. My core is my anchor and allows my hip to extend. My leg to extend and my hips stay stable as they should. They should be. They're protecting important things. Extend out and bring it back in. And one more hip lift. Hold here. And breathe. Maybe your hips aren't going up as high. That's fine. Press and feel the weight into the feet. Feel the pressure of the whole back arm into the floor. Can you bring the shoulders down the back away from the base of your neck? Exhale, squeeze the glutes forward a little bit more. Maybe before this or after this exercise, that exercise we just did, you feel a little more room in the front of the hip. You can bring your hips higher. Pull the heels in towards you. Feel the hamstrings engage. Now open these apart to the outer edge of your foot and bring them back into center. Out, squeeze those glutes together, outer edge of your foot, and back in. 2 more. Last one. I'll inhale to open, exhale to close. Knees in, and slowly lower. Actually, let's remove the blocks, or the books. And slowly lower down. And just extend one leg at a time. Shake it out. And bring it back in. And then the other leg extends. Shake it out. Bring the foot in. Roll over to your side and come back up to a seated position. All right. So that is my hip flexor opening little sequence. And there's so many different ways to explore that. I just want to give you a route and a pathway to exploring in your own way the sensations and the boundaries that you currently have in your body that are moldable and expandable if you just take the time to move a little slower and with a little more intention. So thank you for joining me today, Christina with Primal Coding here. Please leave comments in the video below. I would love to know what you think and how this has helped you, or it hasn't and you think it's bull crap. I don't know. I want to hear it. Let's go.